Hello, everybody. We are back. We're back.
Yeah.
After months and months. Welcome to Dungeon Boys. My name's Keith, and I will be DMing for you again today.
I had to take a second. It's been a minute.
It's been a while.
Josh, I'm playing Harold today.
And this is Brice playing as Baylin. Baylin Bargewater.
Baylin Bargewater.
And we have a new addition to the crew. Not a new addition to our crew, but a new addition to your hearings. We, since we lost Zenas to a faraway city, and to him moving and getting a job and all these different things that he is benefiting from doing, we have filled his seat, and today we have our younger brother.
What's up, guys?
What's your name?
I'm Orin Cayne.
No, your real name.
Oh, I'm John then.
This is John, and he is our brother. So he's a lot younger than us. How old are you, John?
I'm 12.
12. So the Adventure Zone may have their old man, but we have a little boy. So that'll be
like a mascot.
Yeah, that'll be our podcast thing. 12 is not. You're not a little boy, John. I'm sorry.
I just want to point out four of us is all of us brothers.
Yes.
I'm the oldest. He's the youngest. There's 22 years of difference between us.
There is
only 22.
Yeah.
Well, when you put it like that, it sounds way better.
Only the exact number you just said. Okay, this is going to be good. John hasn't played Dungeons and Dragons. He's played once formally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kinda.
We not even want to call it formally.
Yeah. Loosely.
Okay, John has loosely played D&D once, so we're going to be getting him up to speed. We're actually doing another one-shot today. If you will remember, if you're a Dungeon Boys fan, you'll remember that between our two seasons, which it seems like is going to take about 6 months to get back to the main campaign, we have done one-shots. Josh did his one-shot in the swamp. Brice did his one-shot in the sea. And we'll be doing my one-shot in the desert. So I'm going to be DMing the one-shot, and then we'll get back to Season 2 of Dungeon Boys proper.
All right.
In the next month or so after you finish all these episodes.
Awesome.
I'm anxious. I'm ready.
Yeah, and I think we'll be adding John to that campaign as well. We'll see how he performs today.
This is your job interview right here.
Yeah, I told him that.
No pressure.
I told him he got to do a good job in this.
Honestly.
This is an odd job interview then.
It is. I would prefer this as a job interview, honestly, than most job interviews suck. So, on that note, if you'd like to support... I'm just kidding.
Sir, I brought my resume. Roll initiative.
Yeah. That meme is out there somewhere.
Let's do this.
Surely. Real quickly, if you would like to communicate with us, give us reviews, ask questions, whatever... you can give reviews on iTunes if you want. I'm not sure if Spotify or any other podcast things do that. But if you would like to tell us a thing that you like or don't like or have questions or comments or concerns, the best place to do that would be our Discord server. There's a link to that on our Twitter page, our Twitter account at Tank Media Games. There's a pinned tweet on our profile for you to go to our Discord server if you would like to chat with us, or just use Twitter. I'm active on Twitter and in the Discord, so we can hang out there. But without further ado, let's get this started. I'm gonna, instead of having you introduce your characters now, we're gonna start. We will start with Josh and Brice's characters. John's character will be introduced shortly, and he can describe himself, and Brice helps him create his character so they can kind of describe his look together, I guess, shortly. But real quickly, I would like Josh and then Brice to tell us who they're playing quickly, so we can visualize and know who you be.
Okay. I went with Harold Truevale. Just going with a plain old fighter this time around. Yeah, it's been a hot minute since we played, so didn't feel like doing a lot of casting this time. I did that last round. So Harold is an older guy. He used to be like a soldier back in the day, and now he's just with the way things have gone in the world, and there's the orc armies and stuff like that. I mean, he's just become bored with everything. So he's trying to relive some of those glory days and just try to kind of get back into the swing of things. So he's kind of hired himself out a little bit to these little missions, little side jobs like that.
Okay.
So,
He a gray old man, thin,
Yeah.
fat.
Yeah, he's just an older dude. Anybody out there who's gone through the War Eternus books, it's just kind of a nod to the Dave character. Really, I really like Dave. Dave is just a stand-up kind of guy. So, yeah, we're basically playing a Dave from War Eternus here.
Harold Truevale, everybody. All right, Brice, who you got?
I love you, Harold.
I know.
I have Baylin Bargewater.
Ah,
His name is funny because it sounds like he's bailing water out of a barge.
It took me too long.
It took me a while to come up with that, actually. That was probably the most difficult part of my character creation.
Yeah.
Baylin was a former sailor. He's a very aquatic themed looking fellow.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of an older gnome, but he wears like that the long flowing like the captain's coat that you always see like on pirates and stuff. Like picture Jack Sparrow's long like tail coat kind of thing. He's got the tricorn on his head.
Really? Dang.
He has like an eye patch looking thing like you would imagine your stereotypical pirate would be, but it's not an actual eye patch. It's a little animatronic lens type thing.
Okay.
And it's always like readjusting itself as if to focus. He carries a blunderbuss and a small hammer.
Nice.
He's an artificer.
A blunderbuss and a small hammer. I like
your
it.
character has a small hammer and mine has a big hammer.
Yes.
Together.
You have a blunderbuss and I have a small bow.
Nice.
That was
Okay.
not planned.
I like that he's a pirate and our thing takes place in the desert.
Yep. Former pirate.
3 corns on his head.
He's dried off a little bit.
3 corns. I wanted to make a corn joke, but it's just a hat.
Yeah.
Just a 3-corn hat. Tricorn.
It's actually cornrows. 3 of them.
The
Okay.
technical word is maze.
3 maze. It's a tri-maze. All right, let's introduce this campaign real quick. This little short boy we got going on. Who knows how long it'll take? Who knows how much of it we'll get through? I don't really know, but we'll have a good time doing it, hopefully. John, and briefly, I will get to you. We will introduce you very briefly, in short. Not you don't have to take your time, but I guess you could. So, Harold and Baylin. The way we switch character names all the time too gets me messed up because there's a lot of character names that I see when I look in your face.
We need some of those stickers that says "Hello, my name is." Yep.
But Harold and Baylin, you guys know each other, right? You are companions at least over the last little piece of history. The last couple of weeks or months, you have kind of gotten together. I don't know if you each just have a desire for adventure, or it seems that Harold is just bored and he wanted something to do. I assume maybe he stumbled across Baylin somewhere who was on the way to. What's your motivation, Baylin? You have any money? You want some treasure? That's good because I was hoping at least one of you would have some sort of motivation for doing the thing today.
Oh yeah. Money is always good.
Okay, so the two of you have taken a job
Buckets. You need more ambition, sir.
in Melora's Quiver, which is in the very south point of the Bone Mountains of our world of Mediene, which is the most barren area of the world. It's in the very center. There are a lot of tall mountains there, a lot of places to get lost, a lot of desert on the south side with like a petrified forest and everything. So you guys have made the long journey through the petrified forest and through the desert because you have been contracted by maybe it's a bounty board or maybe it's someone you met in a tavern or someone who said, well, we have some reports of cultist activity of people, crazy people kidnapping travelers who are trying to make their way through the Bone Mountain region. It's already difficult enough to cross the desert in the mountains. It's enough that they have to do that. They shouldn't have to worry about being kidnapped. People who cross the desert know that that's a risk that they take. The danger is out there, but we know where these people seem to be making camp, so we'll pay you to go out there and figure out what's going on and dispatch them if you can. Or bring back information or whatever. So, you are out there. You've made the journey. You've made it to the... John is belching. That's all right. We do some belching, so you can't stop it. Sometimes there's some burping. There's some burping on the podcast.
Right.
I don't edit these things so much. I mean, I don't have time to sit here and edit all the stuff out. So sometimes
airy podcast.
Sometimes you might get a little bit. Sometimes you might. I don't know. Maybe if you listen hard, maybe you'll get a little toot. I don't know. Anyway,
those are the Easter eggs. Find them all. Win a prize.
Anyway, you've crossed the desert. You're really into the heart of the Bone Mountains now. You've crossed the desert, and now you're kind of moving into the craggy cliffs and picture not quite as wide as the Grand Canyon, but ravines and different things that the elevation is going up. And on the edge of one of these ravines is where you find yourself. You're on a sand dune looking towards this fairly narrow ravine. And you are saying, this is the spot, right? This is where you've been told. This is the place where the kidnappings seem to be. The kidnappers seem to be coming back to. Maybe someone escaped a kidnapping and they've run to Melora's Quiver, and they can tell you exactly where. And you guys are looking at the place where the kidnappers seem to be bringing people back to. So you are on the sand dune and you are looking towards this place. You haven't because we haven't rolled perception or anything like that. I won't tell you what you see yet, but you are on the dune looking across at where you believe the camp to be.
I'm itching to roll perception.
Okay. So the two of you are there. I don't know if you want to have any conversation as you've made it to your destination or whatever.
Harold, do you think this is the place?
It certainly seems to fit the description. You got your little zoomy eye right there. You see anything with that?
Well, that hopped right out, didn't it? Crap, I don't know my modifier.
Yep, we need to check out those modifiers. Tell me those perception rolls.
I'm used to it just being 4.
Right?
Perception. Yep, it is still 4. Okay, so
right.
I got a 20.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. I thought the roll was 4.
20 and not natural. I got a mighty 7. So yeah, the little zoomy eye kind of helps, I guess.
Okay, this makes a good amount of sense.
He's holding it like a spyglass.
Yeah. Harold, what you see is
I'm just squinting a lot.
Through it's nighttime, by the way. It's nighttime. The sky is clear. You can. Yeah. Picture that in the background. You can see the stars up above you, and it is the middle of the night. You've arrived late in the evening, and what you can see is it looks like a ruin of sorts. It looks like a place where there was once a lot of stone implements, not implements, but structures. It looks like a place that was built many, many moons ago. Let's see, you can see a few figures roaming around the camp, but you can't really make out what they are. You can see even some tattered lean-to shelters that are made on the fallen ruins of this place. It looks kind of like imagine the columns of maybe like Greek ruins and how they fall over, and I picture that, and maybe some stone floors and stuff. A lot of that has fallen over, and a lot of columns, maybe some are still standing. Plenty of places for things to hide, plenty of places to make little tattered lean-to shelters and teepees and different things out there.
Are they Doric or Corinthian columns?
They're Doric. Doric columns.
You gotta love them Doric columns.
Yeah, simple. Understated.
Do I see this, or does he see this? Because he got a 20, I got a 7.
This is what you see. I'm going to develop this a little bit for Brice.
He saw that they're Doric.
Yeah. Baylin sees that. Baylin can tell you the age of these columns. Now, he can see, though, that they're definitely Doric columns standing up. You can see that this seems to obviously be where some kidnappers have taken people back. You can see some iron cages in the outskirts of this camp, and even sometimes in the center of this. You can see the figures that are roaming around this camp, and they are very scarred human beings. None of them have hair or hair on their face, no eyebrows. They are not dripping with blood, but they are covered in dried blood, especially their hands. All their hands are extremely red. Several of them have daggers strapped to them with like cloth makeshift sheaths. And
when I was given this quest, was there anyone I was specifically looking for?
No one specifically.
Okay.
They're just there was a concern that there were crazy people kidnapping people in the desert. we'll canonize that the person that gave the information escaped and doesn't know much more than they were crazy people kidnapping someone in the desert, kidnapped her husband.
It's not as concerning if they come back and report there's completely sane people out there kidnapping people in the desert.
Right. There's 5 of them. You count 5 of these people. All of them look very similar. They're wearing tattered rags. Some of them barely having on like something to cover their important parts, but some of them having enough to like cover themselves, their shoulders and chest. You can see as well, I guess, while I'm focusing on the people, is that a lot of them, the ones that you can see their chests, they have big raised scars in their chest that are in the shape of looks to you kind of like a jewel, like a big based on the coloration of the blood.
The people who had like knives strapped to them and blood, they have the scars?
Yes, they have the scars. The people that you're watching, these 5 looking to be crazy people,
are they also the barely clothed or the?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry,
I thought these was 2 different groups. I thought the barely clothed people were like the captives.
No, excuse me. Sorry, you're looking at the only
no clothes at
5
all.
moving figures that are walking around this camp. There are only 5. They're covered in scars. They're wearing rags. They look like crazy people. They have blood that's dried all over them. It looks like these wounds are self-inflicted a little bit, but you can see that it looks like a scar in the shape of a jeweled necklace, and this jewel is extremely large that's cut into their chest. Probably about 4 inches wide or something. I mean, you're really zoomed in with that thing trying to show us these guys, and you can see the same thing that Harold saw, which was the camp and the places that they stay. Plenty of places to hide and take cover if needed.
Behind them generic columns.
Yeah, if needed. And one thing that you see as well is that near the center of this ruinous camp, you can see a small iron cage, and inside that cage, you see some movement. And upon further investigation, you can see that it is a small half-elf boy inside the cage, and that is going to be our John character. So, John, give us a description of tell us your name and who you are and what you do.
I am Orin Cayne.
Orin Cayne. Yeah.
I am Orin Cayne. I have been kidnapped. I am 5 feet and about 14 years old.
14 years old, okay. You put some 2 years on yourself, the ripe old age of 14. All right, so you said you're a half-elf rogue.
Yes.
Okay, what do you look like besides your height? Are you wearing anything special, or you got any special looks about you? You missing an eye?
No.
You got like 6
Both
ears? You got both eyes? Missing
I got both eyes.
Got all 3.
All right. So what kind of clothes are you wearing? Nice clothes? Regular clothes?
It's not written on your paper. That was what you were supposed to come up with.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just wearing like raggy leather clothes.
Okay. So you're not a wealthy boy, it seems. Just a kind of almost maybe a little tricky street urchin. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll take that. Look, we are playing Aladdin, boys and girls. We are playing Aladdin. All right, so inside that cage, there's a big lock on that cage. Sits Orin Cayne. You don't know who that is. But that is about all you see.
For a teaching moment, John, you're playing an arcane trickster, so you're like halfway between like stealth and magic. So you might also be carrying things like a belt with maybe like little potions in it or something like that. Just, I mean, it's up to you.
I just assumed that they would take everything I have.
I would assume that as well.
I'm with John on this one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Go, John, go.
John, he's playing smart.
Good thinking ahead.
Maybe there's a table next to your cage.
One last to set the scene here, and again, Harold, if I didn't say what you saw, you don't see this, so we'll have to let Baylin clue you in on a lot of this.
I will look the other way with my ears.
So on the far side of the ravine, jutting forth from the right wall, is a large dragon's head that is carved into this ravine wall. And it seems like the people are kind of moving, not all around it, but they all are going kind of moving toward that way. And as you're watching, you do spot them. They finally all arrive at that wall. And you can spot that they're one of the larger male, we'll call them cultists, because that's what they very much look like, actually has what looks to be a corpse of a man that he tosses into the mouth of this dragon. And as you're watching, you see it come down on the corpse of the man.
Who dares disturb my sleep?
Yeah, didn't realize that. I mean, it's not quite that big, but the mouth clamps down and even
Touch nothing but the lamp.
faintly, you can hear the squish of corpse and the crunch of bone, and then the mouth closes very briefly, and when it opens, there are no contents. Whatever was in the mouth is now gone after being crunched.
Even not even any blood splatters or nothing.
If you really look in, there looks to be maybe some blood on the inside of that.
Okay.
But that's it. That's all you see.
Just everything.
Yeah. So you saw it all the whole scene down
It's
there.
a 20, not natural. So yeah,
it's a good roll.
you got it all.
So now you're free to make decisions.
Yeah, Harold. If it's not them, I'd be very surprised at this point. They definitely have a culty vibe to them. They all have carved necklaces in the skin around their neck, and they have a massive dragon head they seem to be feeding prisoners to.
Dragonhead. I was distracted by those generic looking columns over there.
It's a stone dragon head. It doesn't appear to actually be alive, but it certainly moves like it is.
It moves like it's alive?
Yes.
That's concerning. I didn't see down there. I saw a couple of guys walking around. Did you notice who we're looking for?
Yes, there appears to be 5 of them. They don't seem but barely equipped. I imagine they use their numbers more than any special equipment for taking their victims, one of which I see locked in a cage down there.
Well, I don't know. You think we should go say hi or something, or?
I figure we can pay them a visit.
Oh, all right. How you want to do this? You want to go straight up the middle, or you want to go around either side, or?
You take charge. That larger hammer of yours has more reach. I'll play backup.
Oh yeah, sweet candy. Love my hammer. All right, come on. I'm gonna go right down the middle.
Oh, also I should mention at this point there is a iron kind of greyhound-looking dog following me.
Okay.
Such a construct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably like the same size as me. So.
Yeah. That's part of your Artificer
Yeah.
thing. Very nice. Very cool.
You have to oil that thing up before battle, keep it from squeaking.
Ooh, never mind. I want it to be a warthog.
Okay. I do like that. The hog. Okay, while you guys are making your way across the dune and down this way, I want to cut to John. John, you're trapped inside the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Scary people. I'm not telling you have to be scared. If you want to say like my 14-year-old guy doesn't give a rip.
Should he roll a
can.
perception?
I'll let him do that momentarily, but I'm just going to paint the scene for him. You were snatched. You were crossing the desert by yourself. Like you said, you're kind of an urchin boy. You're trying to cross to that same town they came from, Melora's Quiver, which is kind of a place where a lot of your misfits and haphazardly folk tend to go. You were alone, and on your way through, you were taking a nap at your camp, and you were snatched by these cult people. And when you woke up, they knocked you out cold. When you woke up, you were in this iron cage, surrounded by scarred, bloody cult people. So you find yourself in that cage. You're just kind of coming to. You don't know that these 2 people are coming to possibly rescue you. All you know, it's nighttime, and there are a couple of little tattered lean-to camps and shelters around you. But you are stuck in this cage. Is there anything you'd like to try or do?
They took all my stuff, and I can't do much because they took all my stuff.
Do you want to roll perception for me?
Sure. I got a 2.
Plus
2.
I got a 4.
Well, it's not that concealed. What you're looking for here is that these
Luckily.
Luckily.
Oh, there's the ground. Yeah.
So from your cage, you can see a few of these lean-tos. Like I said, they're kind of like pretty much like a canvas tattered canvas sheet laid over a column, and on either side of it, people sleep in there and live in there. In one of those, if you're looking directly out of your cage, a little bit to the right, you can see your little bag of stuff. John, what are you laughing at?
Sorry. None.
Your 2 that you rolled?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you can get
It is very funny. You're right. All right, but inside that little tent, you can see your things kind of leaning against a column where they had taken them from you and they'd set them in there. It's probably maybe 10 feet away from you at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So
Their tent's got columns. We've been doing it wrong.
yeah.
You said 10 feet?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I'll use my.
Brice definitely didn't write John a note. I'm happy if you want to verbally, we're helping John along here.
Yeah, this is a training session.
Yeah, so think about your different spells and stuff whenever I mean, think about if you're really in this position, I guess. You're role-playing this character, and if you're really in this position, I've told you, hey, your stuff isn't that far away. Maybe there's a way for you to get it. I didn't know if there was a way for you to get it, but maybe there was. So
use the force.
yeah, you
I can use my mage hand.
Yeah,
and
there you
grab
go.
it.
Okay. So tell about Mage Hand. Tell me about Mage Hand. It's been a while since we played.
Well, I can grab stuff.
I'll just read it.
Okay.
A spectral floating hand appears at a point you choose within range. The hand lands for a duration until you dismiss it. The hand vanishes if it is ever more than 30 feet away from you or if you cast this spell again. You can use your action to control the hand. You can use the hand to manipulate an object, open an unlocked door or container. You can move the hand up to 30 feet each time you use it. The hand can't attack, activate magical items, or carry more than 10 pounds.
Okay. So you can grab 10 pounds worth of stuff with this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
With
Make
this
a
thing.
couple trips.
Yeah. So would you like to try to Mage Hand your bag?
Yes.
Now here's the option. Think about this. There's 5 people who obviously want to kill you and throw you in the dragon's mouth very near to you.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. No one's looking at you right now, but they're close enough to hear you do stuff. So the choice would be: do I want to try to do this quietly, or do I want to try to do it, just quickly?
I'm gonna try to do this quietly.
Okay.
but
You got to think
slowly.
about your stats too. You are pretty good at stealth because you're a rogue.
Right.
Got the old sneaky sneak.
So your stealth is a plus 10.
So Mage Hand is a cantrip and it just works, right? That's just how
Correct.
Mage Hand works. Okay, so you cast Mage Hand. You reach your arm out towards your bag, and much like Luke Skywalker on the planet Hoth trying to suck his lightsaber to himself to cut the Yeti, you are focusing on this bag, and poof. Also, everybody's level 5, by the way.
Yes.
Yay!
Spectral Hand appears. What color is your magic, John? You can choose that.
Black, I guess.
Black. Oh man, Edge. We got the Edge Lord.
Sorry.
Don't cut yourself on all that edge, John.
Fingernails like a bag lady.
So your spectral hand appears on your bag of stuff. I don't know what kind of gear you're carrying. You got a rapier, I know, right? So there's a rapier,
A dagger,
a dagger.
a short bow,
Okay.
and that's all.
Okay, so they've
All
wrapped.
of which has the Bear Grylls logo on it.
Yeah, they've wrapped all this in kind of
Gerber.
a leather cord, wrapping it all together. They're probably going to pick through it later. So your hand grabs onto the leather cord, and you begin to drag this bag slowly to you as it slides through the sand and out of the darkness of the tent and into the moonlight. And it's dragging closer and closer towards you. Roll a stealth check for me to see if we do this
Don't
quietly.
just drop it this time. You actually have to roll it.
14.
Hey.
14 plus 10.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
24.
Soundless. As you come out of the tent, you realize, oh, that sand is actually making some noise. So you lift the bag out of the sand, and you use the width of your mage hand to really put pressure on it, so that nothing's moving around. Your arrows aren't moving, your rapier's not moving, and you slide it towards you. And then eventually, as you slide it towards you, you pass your gear through the wall, and you re-equip yourself stealthily. So now you are fully armed with all the stuff that you had.
I forgot. I still have light armor too.
Okay, that's fine. You
Is
pull.
that what you're wearing? Did they just leave that on you? They figured you don't have weapons. It's fine.
No.
We'll say they removed your light armor. You're just wearing pretty much your little under armor clothes, and then that the armor was also wrapped up in your stuff. Probably, I mean, we're approaching that 10-pound limit, but we'll be lenient on that.
There's leather.
Yeah, you pass all that through, and
My character's just naturally leather.
yeah, and you quietly slip all of your gear on. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and so now you are fully equipped inside your cage.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, perfect. Now
Cruise
I'm going to move
missiles.
back to our other crew because he obviously wasn't do that when Brice was looking at him or when Baylin was looking at him. So now you guys are heading into the camp.
Well, I'm gonna go straight into the middle, like, hey guys, but you're going around the side.
I figure I'll send the warthog to kind of follow you, and I will aid with my blunderbuss from a distance.
Okay, so y'all are just kind of walking into the camp. There are some areas you have to pass over. You have to like navigate around some fallen. Also, combat will soon ensue. I can feel this coming. If combat does occur here, I'm not going to take the time to actually map out all these columns. If you want cover, mention that you want to get into cover, and we'll deal with that as it comes. I'll tell you whenever they get into cover, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? That way we don't have to like actually draw a dropped bag of Legos on a piece of paper for us to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll work.
So you guys are.
I do like that idea. Those drop back Legos.
Yeah. You are crossing
Ruins.
through
Instant.
the through the ruins. Yeah, and you could trace them, I guess.
So I just want to like walk in like I own the place.
Okay.
If you had one of those Lego tables, that'd be a great way to show like where stuff is.
Yeah,
Put
yeah.
a grid pattern on a Lego sheet, and you just like put stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
We had an idea. Awesome.
There we go.
I like that.
All right, so this camp is fairly large. It looks like there's a lot more houses here than just the 5 people that are around. But I mean, with that perception roll that Baylin had, like you can't see for miles around. These are the only 5 cultists that you can see. So it looks like either their numbers were once greater, or maybe some people are gone. So you're crossing through, and you herald, or you step over a few fallen columns. You pass through a few places. The sand is soft under your feet. Moving through this place, you can feel the fatigue of the day walking through sand, and you approach the center of this place where most of the light is from their torches. And you're walking up to John's cage or Orin's cage, or you're just gonna go find as soon as you see somebody. Because they're over right by the dragon now, so they're not looking at you.
Did I see where the John is?
I guess you could, as you walk in, you could roll
The
another
Orin.
quick perception.
There we go. Because I didn't see.
That's right.
See him to start with. This is a 15.
As you pass through the camp, you take in all the things because now you're closer. It's not as hard to see these things. You take in all the stuff that Baylin saw.
There we go.
You see the cultist with the dragon head over there. This dragon head is probably 50 feet from where John is, and they're not necessarily. No one's over there with him. They're over there.
Oh, you were
by
going
the
to say
dragon
like
head.
50 feet long.
No.
It's like, whoa.
It's probably a 15-foot tall dragon head. Still pretty big.
Yeah, still.
From bottom of the jaw to the top of the crest. But the cage that this young boy is trapped in seems to be pretty unguarded right now, but you can see him as you walk up strapping himself up. And John, you will see this man approaching you as well with a metal warthog. You can react as you see fit, both of you.
Yeah, I want to make my way over to the cage.
Okay.
I think I know what I can do. I'm gonna use acid splash and just melt everything that's in my way, then just run. Because I don't know who that guy is. He could be getting me and gonna kill me or helping me.
Okay.
I don't know.
I like this. I like
Walking
this
around
inner
with a big
monologue.
metal pig.
I like this inner monologue a lot. Okay, so I like this idea as well. As you walk up, you see this young boy like do some weird finagling with his hands, and
Because since I have my potions, I can just use it.
you have a potion.
No, acid splash
Yeah.
is a cantrip. It's a spell.
Oh, well, yeah, use a spell.
Okay, so you see this little boy he's strapping up his armor. He's paying you. He sees you, and looks almost a little bit afraid. And he puts his armor on. You see him strap his bow to his back, slide his rapier in his little rapier sheath, and then he spritz some acid onto the lock of the cage that he's in. And I would have to imagine I'm going to impose this on you. You're a little bit impressed.
Yeah,
See,
I am impressed.
yeah.
Kid, are you a captive here, or are you are you here for fun? I mean, you're all tooled up. You got all your stuff. I mean, what are you doing here?
Well, I was just sleeping. Then I saw 2 5 men just kidnapping me.
All 25 of them.
Oh, 25. Woo!
Is that 25 or 7?
Or 10.
Well, he's speaking in character if you wanna, if you wanna question him.
I know.
I'm there, so I'll ask. I'll bite. How many? How exactly? How many is 25? Is that like 25 or?
Oh, oops. I saw 5 men going my way. So I thought they were just nicely, so I talked to them. And then I saw the 2 of them just walk behind me and caught me, and went blank.
Tragic tale. A tragic tale to be sure. Hey, are you trying to get out of there? I mean, we were kind of sent to figure out what's going on over here. Rescue any captives or anything. You seem a little bit captive.
Oh, did his acid splash thing work?
I was about to say that this conversation is underpinned by the sound of sizzling iron. It's not working quickly, but the lock that's very old and rusty is kind of smoking and sizzling. I picture it not like a continuous flow. It's just like he spritz it on the lock and it started to sizzle. All right, so John, you may respond if you wish.
Yes, I am a captive.
The lock just busts open and melts the rest of the way. No, I'm not a captive.
But now I'm not, so I can go now.
Okay, so yeah, as you're having this conversation, the lock does finally sizzle through and it swings open.
All right, so you describe this as like a rusty, nasty kind of thing. Is this like a smooth, like they take care of these hinges, or is this like making a lot of noise?
Well, I'm about to do a quick roll for you.
There we go.
So the lock on its way down. So you guys, I mean, you know that these people are around. They're just not looking at you right now. They're actually relatively close. Some of them have lost interest in the Dragon Head, or kind of beginning to circle and move back towards the camp.
Are they still like acting strangely, like crazy?
Oh yeah, they're like, imagine like just the TV version of a super meth head. I feel bad saying that, but like when you picture extremely drug addicted person. Just
that guy
like
over there is trying to marry 2 rocks together.
They're-
One rock's just not feeling it.
Well, not quite like that, but they're like scratching at themselves, and like there are times where they just cut themselves. Like I said, they're just caked with what seems to be their own blood. They're scarred head to toe from different scars, and they are kind of just. They don't look to be even communicating with one another so much. They're just kind of all in their own little world and moving. Moving around.
Do I see them opening the cage?
Yeah, I assume you were doing Overwatch, right, on kind of watching over Harold on his way in. So yeah, you see this from a distance, this exchange, I assume.
Can I attack, like, to draw their attention? Can I just start shooting into the...
Sure. Whenever you came in, so the Dragon Head was kind of on the right of this ravine, farther back. Whenever you came in with Harold, did you go left or right?
Left.
You went left. So between you and the cultists now are Harold and Orin having this conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. So you could still attack with your blunderbuss or whatever, but you're on the opposite side of the camp kind of from them.
Gotcha. Okay.
Guys, I'm thinking more and more we need to get like some Legos.
Yeah, that's true.
There's nothing wrong with this.
Well, it's too late today, but maybe one day. Okay, so the lock has fallen off, and the lock, it falls towards the ground, and both of you watch it as the lock is falling towards the sand, and there's a split second where it looks like it's going to clang against the bottom of the cage, but it lands in the sand right beside it silently.
Wow, surprisingly.
Well, hard to say. Are you still Listen, you're trying to get out of here, right?
Maybe not. I don't know.
All right, come with us. We're trying to get out of here ourselves. We found captives. Are there any more of you?
There might be nothing. Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah, you didn't see any other captives on the way in. The only other captive that you saw was the man that they killed and tossed in that dragon's mouth, which I should have mentioned that you did see that, so you could tell him that if you want to.
Yeah, I saw someone die.
There you go. I got it from there.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right, so yeah, I mean, mission accomplished, I guess. I mean, we found captives. We got you out of here.
No,
Yay!
Hold up. I don't know if I can trust y'all. I don't even know y'all.
You just see one person right now. You don't see Baylin, just be you.
I don't know you, so.
I move my hammer over to my non-shaken hand, and I reach out a hand. Well, my name's Harold. Who are you?
My name's Orin Cayne.
Hi, Orin. Hi, Orin.
Hey.
Hi. Still, though, you want to get out of here? I mean, now that we're old buddies, and I know your name, and you know my name, and we know each other's names. So I mean, we're practically family right there.
I guess so. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Hey, these guys around here kind of kidnapping people. I don't suppose they're any friends of yours.
No.
You wouldn't mind if we, destroy a lot of them, would you?
May I help?
Well, yeah, I suppose so. I'm kind of like wiping my hand on my clothes a little bit because I remembered that he melted a lock with it.
Okay. So, at what point do we open the cage?
I think the cage is open.
Yeah.
Whenever you open the cage, we'll say it wasn't quite yet open. Yeah, so you open the cage to do your handshake. As you're shaking hands, you open the cage to shake the hand of this boy that you just rescued or helped rescue or experienced his rescue. And the first movement of the cage door is quite silent. But you push it past the point they normally push it, and then just
I'd probably keep pushing it.
The sound of the cage is very loud, and immediately, as soon as you hear the sound of the cage go push through, and you hear that echo through this ravine, you hear the voices of some of these cultists go, "More blood!
Run!"
Run! I thought we'd. All right. We'll run. Hey, I got another fellow who's with me around here. I'm sure he's going to help us out too.
Yeah, as you turn to run, I think everybody should roll some initiative here.
Who rolls initiative for the piggy?
So roll. I do. And just, roll it.
Hey, I got the mighty D20 on the 20.
You got a 5.
That is a nat 20 right there.
I also rolled a 1. So
complete waste of a nat 20.
All right. Let me do some initiative. You guys talk through some things while we do initiative real quick.
So
you're a little bit around the corner.
Yeah.
Medley Warthog is with me.
Mm-hmm.
Who is your warthog?
It's his construct because he's an artificer.
Oh.
So it's me and you. We're gonna.
I think he's talking to you in character.
Are you?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, see, you're not doing voices, so yeah.
It is a little harder.
Sorry.
That's okay.
It is.
It's your first run. All right. What was your? I need Baylin's roll.
3.
Okay.
What was your name? Your character.
Harold.
Harold, your roll.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Complete waste of a nat 20 right
and
there.
Then no, it's not. Orin.
1.
Dang.
He got 5 technically, so he's ahead of me.
So you got a 5. Okay, gotcha. All right.
Or is a crit fail? Just you go last. Because we both crit failed. Do we need to re-roll?
Yeah, you need to re-roll.
Okay.
Wait, how did he crit fail with the 5?
He has +4 to initiative.
You can't add anything to a crit.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So
I didn't know if it was different for initiative.
Yeah, no.
All right then.
It would have been he went last if it wasn't the same. So yeah, what'd you roll in the?
He's got 23 now, and I have 21.
All right, so you're last and he's second to last.
Yeah.
That'll wait.
Yep.
Another thing, John.
Mm-hmm.
In D&D, if you don't know something,
Mm-hmm.
it's up to the DM.
Oh.
So, whenever Josh asked you if there were other people here, you can't just say, yeah, there were 5 people. That's up to Keith.
It just makes it a little bit harder if you do that. Oh, I guess there were 5.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So you were asking in character, what's the pig's name or whatever?
Yeah, what's the pig's name?
I don't know if he has, Cranston. His name. We're going with Cranston. He's Cranston.
All right, cool.
All right, so I was trying to help you guys out and split up our cultists to where they didn't all have the same turn, but you guys rolled poorly, so sorry.
Oh.
It's that squeaky door.
Yeah, the squeaky rusty. All right, these guys, while scary and tattered looking, They also look fairly beefy. So they are currently, if we're going to visualize this, imagine a lane down the center, horizontally down the center of this fairly circular camp. On the far left end of that lane would be Brice, would be Baylin looking to the right. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and kind of draw that out a little bit. We'll have...
I'm just trying to keep track of things. Yeah, of course.
So imagine you got Baylin looking down that lane to the right. In the very center of the circle, we've got Harold and Orin. And then on the far right, you have 5 cultists kind of clumped up marching towards you.
Okay.
They're all shouting variations of, "More blood! For the blood goddess! For the blood jewel!"
I use fog cloud so we can escape. So
you gotta wait on your turn.
Yep, gotta wait on your turn. But
was it blood?
Good
blood for the blood. Blood for the blood golem.
Blood god.
Skull, or skulls for the skull mountain or skull throne or something.
Something about that's some Warhammer stuff that I don't know about.
There you go.
But they did say, "Blood for the blood goddess, for the blood jewel." So that's what's going to happen.
That doesn't sound. That doesn't sound like it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah. So when it comes to speaking in character, you can do that anytime. If you want to say something to anyone else, you can do that anytime. You just can't act until it's your turn. So Harold, it is your turn, my friend.
Woo!
These cultists have approached you. They are probably 30 feet from you.
Okay. What weapons do you have?
I got rapier, short bow, and dagger.
Rapier, short bow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Harold will say you spotted that by looking at him. You saw you looked him up and down and saw how he was equipped.
There was a description earlier, but I couldn't remember what the weapons were. So.
Yeah.
And how far is everybody away?
The cultists are 30 feet from you. So again, if you look at our little circle here, the cultists are 30 feet from you to the right, and we'll say Baylin is 30 feet from you to the left.
Wow.
Baylin putting you 60 feet from your targets with Orin and Harold in between you at the 30-foot mark.
Oh, dang.
There you go.
Hi.
And you have a slower speed, too.
Yeah. I thought the people were on the other side of you.
They are on the other side of me.
No, I thought they would be between us.
Oh, yeah. No, not so much. So, all right. Yeah. Everybody's at full health, right?
Everybody's full health. Full rest, full health.
Okay. All right. So, all right. You've been in the cage. I'm taking the initiative. I grab my warhammer. Orin, stay back for a second. Let me see if I can kind of do something here. And I just run straight into him. So
all right.
I'm just swinging for the first one.
Okay. So. There's the first cultist there is, he's waiting for you. He has 2 daggers in his hand, and he's waiting for you. Just screaming variants of the word blood as you're coming towards him.
That's a 12 on attack number 1 because I got 2 attacks as a fighter.
Okay, the 12 is going to miss. It's going to collide with a little bit of his. Actually, here, you know what? That's not true.
Ooh.
Because I need to change something from over here.
Oh.
All right, the 12 is going to hit. Excuse me. That's something I forgot to change. These boys are not wearing leather armor.
Okay.
They're wearing tattered clothing.
That'll do. So 12 is going to do that one. And then
how much health do these...
That's not something you know. The only way you find out how much health they have left is you can ask, like, how do these enemies look at this point? And I'll tell you, they look pretty good, or they look like they're close to death.
All right. So yeah, the 12 is gonna hit, and 23 gonna hit.
Yeah, 23. Wait,
just barely.
Those hits or damage?
Hit.
Yeah, both of those will hit. Absolutely.
Okay.
So this cultist right in the front takes 2 hits with the warhammer.
Cool.
We'll say one of the ribs. Yeah, both sides, I guess. You want to hit him in the belly twice?
I'm just swinging from one direction, and I guess I'll come down and then I'll come across.
Okay, cool.
So 8 damage for one, and then 8 damage for the next one.
Nice.
I'm gonna spend, since they're all kind of right there up on me, I'm gonna spend 1 superiority dice.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go for a sweeping attack.
Okay.
When you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, you can spend 1 superiority dice to attempt to damage another creature within the same attack.
Yeah.
Choose another creature within 5 feet of the original target and within your reach. We good there?
Yep.
Okay. If the original attack roll would hit the second creature, it takes damage equal to the number you roll on your superiority dice. Damage is of the same type dealt by the original attack.
Gotcha. So bludgeoning damage to the we'll say the guy to his right.
That'll work. So superiority dice is a D8. So I didn't bring actual dice today. So 6.
Not bad. Not
he takes
bad.
the mighty 6.
Okay.
So one guy takes 16, and like his neighbor takes 6.
Yeah. So the first guy, you hit him pretty good. Like you can feel the ribs crack with your second or your first hit, and then the second hit you kind of pass over his belly and rip some of the skin off of his belly with your hammer on the way by, and then that hammer collides with the man to his or the cultist to his right in his ribs. You can feel some of his bones kind of crack a little bit.
Okay, Orin. Now I can use some help.
But both of them begin to bleed from their wounds a little bit from you just kind of crushing that skin. And as they bleed, they just put their hand on their on where their blood is coming out and just shout, "More blood!"
I take a second just to wave back in a friendly gesture towards Orin. Yeah, I could really use that help now.
It's your fault. You were the one that attacked them.
Orin says as the cultists begin to wail on John. Yeah, so it's going to be all 5 cultists' turns. What I'm going to do real quick before they attack, I'm going to let them kind of have a quick perception roll to see what's going on around them. They don't see anybody but you. They don't.
Right.
They failed that real bad. So the cultists are just they're stuck on Harold right now.
I just like jumped right there in the middle of everybody.
They absolutely did. So they're all gonna just come at you with their daggers. They're just gonna try to swarm you.
Cool.
And I'm gonna roll 5 of those. So
Wasn't Harold your last character's name? What was the guy who thought everything was
Byron?
Byron?
No, wait. Can I use my mage hand to grab someone?
No, only 10 pounds.
yeah.
Okay.
So 22.
You can push somebody.
Alright, then.
But
22 to hit.
22 is gonna hit.
7 to hit.
No.
21 to hit, I assume.
Yeah.
Dang, 23 to hit.
Yeah, just barely.
And then 9.
No.
So you take 3 dagger stabs.
Hey, just what I wanted.
One dagger, the first dagger comes in, and it just slides through your armor a little bit.
Get some.
Luckily, they're just daggers, so they're not too terribly tough on you. That's 3 damage from the first dagger.
Okay.
And you begin to feel that little bit of blood seep through. The second dagger, the second one that comes in to try to swipe at you, you're able to go back a little bit, reeling from the first dagger hit, and they miss. The third one does hit you right, and that's going to be 6 damage from that dagger. That one sinks in a little bit deeper. Ooh. You're able to block another one with the handle of your hammer, and then the final dagger that does hit you will be another 4 damage.
Oof. Okay.
So you got stabbed a couple times.
Hey, that's my blood.
All the while,
your own blood.
Yeah, all the while they're shouting for the blood goddess.
No, quit
it. It is now Orin's turn.
Alright. I'm gonna use.
I remember you got a bow. You can actually throw your daggers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, alright then.
Or you can just run in and start swinging your rapier. You got all kind of options.
Yep,
Could you roll initiative for rolling with it, Cranston?
Huh?
He goes right after after Baylin does, the warthog.
Temporary name, Cranston.
I'm gonna use light to blind him.
All right.
Is that a use of light?
That is not a use of light.
Oh.
Light is just a light. It's like a torch.
Okay.
Keep the creativity, but we do have to stay to the rules as much as we can.
Alright then. I'm gonna go.
I like that spirit.
I'm gonna help Harold and just run in and use my rapier and just attack.
Okay, so you're running up. What's your movement speed? 30 feet?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to run your 30 feet, and you're going to stand beside Harold. And so, Harold, you experience...
I'm like right in the middle, so he's like, excuse me, get in here.
Yeah, I'm kind of imagining they're kind of swarming. They didn't get around the back of you. They kind of just swarmed in front of you, and all of them have taken a turn, kind of like stabbed through this cloud of cultists right at your body. And right beside you, Orin runs up. with his rapier drawn, and he's going to attack with his rapier. So attack with your rapier, John.
Travel.
Yes, you'll roll your d20.
I got a 10.
Plus.
Then add your modifiers. I don't know what his modifiers are. So you're going to add
7?
dexterity or
Where's your rapier?
For the rapier?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I don't know his
it's
mod.
plus 7.
It's
Plus
dex.
7 to hit, so that's 17.
Wow. Okay, it definitely hits. So roll some damage.
Okay, it's a D8.
I'm picturing you're attacking the
Plus
middle one
4.
again.
Oh, I use that. Right then.
Is that the one I attack?
Yeah, the first one you
So
attack.
he's got 10.
So 10 damage.
Mm-hmm.
John, you run up and ram your rapier right through the belly of this fella.
Boom.
And you slide it right out, covered in his blood. And just blood shoots out of the hole. And he holds the hole again and he covers both of his hands in the blood. Lets his hands get soaked in it.
Alright, this is... I wish I could have just hit for the head then.
10 damage is 10 damage. Head or
Alright.
belly.
Hit him in the big toe.
What, is there anything else that John can do or that he wants to do?
He has his cunning action. He can use a bonus action to retreat without being hurt.
Yeah, I'm gonna retreat without getting hurt.
Disengage.
Okay. Yeah, so you can disengage.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? What kind of movement is that? Is that require movement? Because he's out of movement.
Yeah, that would require movement.
Okay.
Okay, never mind.
So John, also remember when it comes to combat, there are a few things to remember. Movement speed is how far you can move in a turn. So you move 30 feet, so sadly you can't move anywhere else. So right now it seems like you're stuck right here in front of these cultists who wanted
Can't
to
do
kill you
anything, yeah.
before. I don't know other kind of bonus actions or whatever cantrip thingies you have. I don't know, but be thinking about that for your next move, okay?
Alright.
All right, so now the cultists are standing before them. Baylin, you see 60 feet away from you. Your companion and his new companion are now in the heat of combat with 5 bloody cultists.
All right.
One of which not looking so hot.
I'm gonna run that way and use my action to dash,
Okay.
and then my bonus action I will forfeit to use the Warthog's abilities.
Okay.
Cool.
So
How far can the warthog move?
Huh?
Or he move with you?
He has a 30-foot movement speed.
Okay. Cool.
So he was where they were.
Oh yeah, he was with y'all. That's right. That's my fault. All right, so yeah, you run 50 feet. You're now 10 feet away from them. Come cruising up behind them. You see a strange boy that you didn't know before, but you knew he was there. Is now there fighting alongside your companion Harold. And what are you doing with your warthog before I finish that description? I guess.
I don't know how I'm supposed to command it, so I'm gonna assume I have to actually speak to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Cranston, get in there.
And so Cranston, shoots forward shoots forward and uses his 30 feet of movement speed to get right up on the right side of Orin. So now you have Harold, Orin, and then Cranston.
And I'm gonna hope that he understood that command to mean bite, which is his action that I will use. Is a 12 going to hit?
Yes, a 12 will hit.
Oh, yeah.
Which one are you going for? The one that doesn't look so good?
Whichever one was closest to him,
I'm actually the closest one, since you guys are now like 3 deep in front of these cultists, is going to be the one to the left, or to your right, the middle cultist's left.
All right.
So he has not been touched yet. He's going to bite the untouched cultist.
He gonna get touched.
Yep.
So that's a 5 damage.
Okay. All right. So he takes a hunk out of the cultist's leg, and again, when the blood starts to flow forth, the cultist reaches down and just rubs his hands in it.
Ugh.
Creepy.
I know.
Next is going to be Harold.
Ooh.
Harold.
All right. So nobody's down. I'm gonna keep on swinging.
Yeah, the one in front of you is not looking very good.
23 to hit.
That'll do it.
And ding, 12 to hit.
So when it comes to multi-attack, can you hit multiple enemies?
Well, I've got 2 attacks, so yeah.
Okay, I would wager you should roll damage on your first one before you decide to attack this guy again.
Oh, well, fine. Okay. All right. So.
And it's not. I don't think that's a rule issue, because if you hit somebody with a hammer and he dies, you're probably not going to hit him again without realizing that.
I don't know. I might. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, so damage
5 on the damage for
All right,
number
so
1.
you smack him real good, but he staggers, but he keeps to his feet as you crack. You just break his jaw into a million pieces inside his face, but he remains on his feet, barely able to stand.
I just give up. Somebody cracks my jaw into a million pieces.
Yeah.
I'm done.
And as he tries to get out the word blood, the only thing that does come out is literal, actual blood from his mouth.
All right, so he's still standing?
He's still standing.
All right, so 19?
That'll hit. Yes, sir.
Cool. All right. But 5 again.
You want to just drop that hammer down on top of his cranium?
Straight down.
All
right on top of the post.
You just hammer that post in, and his head just sinks into between his shoulders.
If it was a carnival game, you would have heard a bell.
Yeah, as he falls backwards into the other 4 cultists, who all shriek, almost in joy, with "For the blood goddess! For the blood goddess!"
I would assume they just like lay on him because it's so much blood, don't it?
Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah. Fellas, I think these guys are a little bit too far gone. I think we need to get these guys finished off, and then we need to get out of here.
Agreed.
Oh yeah, I'm over there now.
You're 10 feet away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're like 10 feet away.
I agree.
I hear words of agreement.
Oh, sorry. It is the cultist's turn if you're finished, unless you have a bonus action or whatever.
I've got a bonus action, but I mean,
Okay. Just
yeah.
want to give the opportunity since we're de-rusting.
Yeah.
It is now the cultist's turn. You have killed the cultist in the middle, and the 2 cultists on the right are going to try to stab you, and the 2 cultists on the left are going to try to stab little Orin. So, will a 14 hit?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Will a critical 1 hit?
No.
All right. John, will a 6 hit? No, it won't.
It will not. Your armor is 15.
But will a 21 hit?
Your armor is 15.
All right, so the fresh off the confidence of destroying one cultist, Harold is able to block both daggers that come flying in towards him.
With a hammer.
Orin,
I've got a shield too. It's like a little shield.
Orin is able to parry one dagger and knock it away from him, but the other cultist slides a dagger into his little belly, and he will bleed for 6 damage.
Okay. So nope. You got 33 hit points, so you got to take 6 away. I hope you knew math.
Alright. So that is 28?
27.
27.
There you go. So John, you have taken some damage into the right side of your abdomen. And of course, whenever you guys take damage or whatever, if it's something serious, you can react, but that's up to you. It is now
my turn.
Orin's turn. Yep.
Alright. I'm gonna use the rapier again.
Okay.
So.
You're just gonna try to stab at thee again.
Yep.
Okay. So you're gonna take a new target. Who are you targeting? There's two on. There's essentially 2 cultists that just attacked you, and 2 that two that attacked Harold.
Now, John, you have
one
your
is
sneak
pudding.
attack damage.
Oh,
If you attack something, actually it would have triggered last time too.
Yeah.
The one that's closest to him, if you have an ally that's next to your target, then you get sneak attack damage. So
Awesome.
the pig counts as an ally, and Harold counts as an ally.
Awesome.
So
Everybody's like right up on top of everybody.
Yeah.
So.
Any one of these would count for being
Alright.
close enough.
So okay.
So once per turn, deal extra damage to one creature. Hit if attack with advantage using finesses or ranged weapon. Don't need advantage if any enemy or target is within 5 feet of it.
All right, John. I got the rules on it because this is the character I play most of the time. Just roll with what you want to do. Attack who you want to attack, and I'll let you know how to do it.
I just attack the person that's close to me.
Okay.
15.
That'll hit.
Plus 7,
7.
so
That is
22.
22.
That'll definitely hit.
Just Nick.
So
Yep.
roll your damage for the blade itself.
7.
7 plus 2 is 9, and you roll 3 of these.
3 of these?
Yep.
6.
So 15. Roll it again.
4.
So 19,
1.
20 damage.
20 damage. Dang, nicely done. All right, so
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Low-level rogues are so overpowered.
Yeah.
Low.
All right, so 20 damage.
Level 5.
You take this. You take your rapier, and with surprising finesse and accuracy, you jam it right into the.
Right between his teeth.
Yeah, you block that one parry or block that one dagger. You do take one dagger, but it makes you mad, so you jab that guy right in his chest again with the dagger or with the rapier, and you do 20 damage. And when you pull it out again, just blood starts to pour down his chest, and he's still standing, but he seems to be overjoyed at the feeling of the blood washing over him.
What?
He's not dead yet. It's now, unless you have anything else you'd like to do.
No.
Baylin.
You can retreat now if you want.
That's true.
I would like to retreat then.
And use.
If you want to jump back 15 feet, then next time you can jump in 15 feet, attack, and then jump back 15
Which
feet
seems
again.
pretty cool for a rapier type deal.
I would like to do that then.
All right, drop back 15 feet.
Okay, so he
Is
drops
there
back. He
No
disengages.
opportunity.
Huh?
It's a
He-
disengage. Or...
His bonus action, he can use disengage.
Nice.
Okay, so for a bonus action, you stab, disengage, hop back 15 feet, or back up 15 feet, and now you're out of their attack range, but you're ready to attack again. So good job,
Awesome.
very solid. 20 damage and no chance to not no chance, but you could get hurt, I guess. Good job, John. Well done. Well done, Orin. So Harold, you see this young boy really wield this rapier with surprising finesse and ease.
And a dagger in his ribs.
And
Right.
yeah, and a dagger in his ribs. He's a tough one. So Baylin, that's your
I
turn.
also saw him move out of the fight. Hey, where are you going?
Yeah.
Me and the metal bacon are up here still getting it.
We can use that bacon to eat at least.
I wouldn't want to eat the metal pig.
Yeah.
Oh, it's metal?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a big iron pig.
Oh, well then.
Baylin?
Well, that's
Oh,
like
my
a
turn?
tavern name right there.
The iron pig.
The Iron Pig.
We'll throw that into the lore.
There you go.
I'm going to draw my blunderbuss
Nice.
and aim it center mass on the guy that my pig just bit a second
God,
ago.
your pig just bit. That would be the same one that Orin just stabbed.
Oh, poor guy.
Yep.
Let's see.
And because Orin moved backwards, you got a clear line of sight right over old piggy's head.
Oh.
That is it hit. It's a 17 plus 5.
Yellow
22.
17 plus 5. Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
Very sweet. So that's a D8.
You aiming for
Yep.
the blood?
Huh?
Aiming for the blood.
I'm aiming right here.
Yep.
There you
Son of
go.
ass.
I want to
Isn't that the same spot I hit? The
maybe.
chest.
Oh, good. The 1 plus 2, so 3 damage from the blunderbuss.
So you aim center mass, but it catches a wrong air pocket and kind of moves off and grazes him down
Most
the
of
side.
it just went through the hole that was already in his abdomen.
So he's still standing, definitely, but he is again shouting for the blood jewel, for the blood goddess. Anything else?
I will again forfeit my bonus action to allow the piggy to do his work,
Okay.
Biggie.
Release the pig.
and he will not hit.
What was it?
A 2.
Oh, like a 12. Sorry.
The
Okay, so the pig goes to attack him, and reeling from the blunderbuss blast, he is able to dodge your pig.
Surprisingly.
It is now.
That's tough on the tongue right there.
It is the blunderbuss blast. Harold, it is your turn.
All right, I'm a fighter. I'm swinging.
Yep.
All right, 10 on dude number 1.
That's going to be a mish.
Okay.
He's able to hop back and dodge that.
Okay, so he hops back a little bit, so I see his neighbor. 23.
23. Yep, that's going to hit his neighbor.
Cool. All right, so I'm going for the damage.
Yep.
That is a mighty 9.
Okay. You hit him. He's still looking pretty healthy,
Pretty fresh.
pretty beefy, but you do get some damage on him.
Because I'm using a hammer, These are like just big, giant bruising blows. It's not actually like bloodying them too much. So.
Yeah.
Well, that one dude got hit in the face. So.
Right, yeah. There's some blood involved with his stuff.
Yeah, that's about all I got for this round. Yeah, I'm a fighter, so there's not much to me.
The cultist that you tried to hit first, giving the reprieve of not actually hitting him with that, he's going to take some of the blood that he's wiped off of himself, and he's going to use his bonus action to try to split some of that in your eyes.
Why did you point at me?
Well, just I don't know.
Roll to splitch.
Yeah, roll to splitch. This is going to be a. I'm just going to roll an 8. I guess we'll call your armor class for your eyes the same thing. So if I hit you,
armored eyes.
If I hit you, I just made this kind of mechanic up. So looks like he does hit you in the eyes with this 18. He rolls an 18 to hit you. So the blood does go to where your eyes are. I'm going to ask you to roll a Constitution saving throw to see if you can either stomach blood in your eyes or, what's your con mod? It's already added in. Okay, nice. Your modifier is 5?
Yep.
Dang, nice, awesome. So yeah, the blood hits your eyes, but you're able to close them in time. So now you just have a bunch of this guy's and whoever else's blood is on him, all over your face. But it's not in your eyes.
Got it. Blink of defense.
The blink of defense. Yeah. So you're okay.
Love
he
it.
is now, after doing that, going to try to jab you with his dagger. With his attack action.
I think he likes me.
Will a
Awesome.
20 hit?
You what?
20?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So the guy, he's going to do his damage to you. That's going to be 5 damage.
5?
Yeah.
I don't wanna.
And then the guy beside you has noticed, or the guy beside him has noticed Baylin telling that pig to attack. And he's just...
Come on, pig.
He has thrown he is going to actually run past you, Harold, yes, with an opportunity attack. He's going to try to run past you.
So just a regular old melee attack? That's a 25.
Yeah. That's going to hit.
Ooh. 12 damage.
12 damage. Nice.
All right, so I see this guy running past. I'm like, nope.
Yep. So he's running past you. You were able to hit him in the leg with the hammer. He continues to limp past and get right up to Baylin. He's going to try to stab Baylin with his dagger. Will a 16 hit Baylin?
Yes. It matches. What do we do?
I think we did tie goes to the player with Dungeon Boys.
Okay.
So no, not with AC. We've done this before.
I know.
AC, if it has to be over, right? Because
tie goes to the attacker.
So with the math,
whenever we hit, and it matches AC, we've always got the hit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think
tie goes to the attacker.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay.
That's standard rules.
All right, cool. Sounds good. So that's 5 damage to you. Sure, you jab. 5 damage. All right, now your other two.
Do you make that noise?
I do.
The other two, one of them is going to attack little John, or little Orin. Will a 12 hit?
No.
All right, you're able to parry that dagger again. Same guy who's been trying to hit you, and you just got him dialed in. The other guy is going to try to grapple the pig. He's going to jump down on the ground and try to grab the pig and keep the pig from doing any more harm to him.
Again, did you grease up this pig before we went into battle?
I always forget the rules for grappling.
He's a very sandy, coarse pig. With little,
an abrasive pig.
Like normal pigs have their bristly fur. He has actual steel bristles all over him, like little needles.
Well, then it's going to be hard to...
It may not deal any damage to him, but this man will not have a fun time wrestling my pig.
Hold on, sorry, I'm looking at the grappling manual.
Grapple.
Trying to figure that out.
So strength check.
So to grapple... Oh gosh. Gonna sneeze.
Bless you!
Bless you?
Bless you, my son. Bless you.
Alright, so I think it's an attack roll and then a strength check. So I'm going to roll the attack roll on the pig. 9.
Oh, I have extra attack.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that would be good to use when it's your turn.
When I use a magic weapon, which is my
Blunderbuss.
All right, so a
Infused
9
blunderbuss.
against your piggy's AC.
my piggy's AC is. Let me check. I thought I wrote it down, but I did not. Piggy AC is 15. So.
Okay, that's not going to hit. So he tries to get the pig, but the pig kind of bucks him off, and the cultist that's on the far right of this line now kind of bowls over the pig and rolls, and now is behind Orin and the pig, who are facing the other cultists. And that's going to end the cultist's turn.
Sweet.
My turn.
4 of them yet live. It's now Orin's turn. Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna dash in and use my rapier.
No need to dash, but you're going to jump in.
Yeah.
Because only reason I say that is because dash is a thing that you can do.
Dash is an ability.
With it, I'm just gonna jump in
Yep.
and use my rapier and attack.
Okay, so 15. You're
Gonna
going to
assault her in.
You're gonna try to attack the same guy.
Yeah.
Okay. This is actually the guy that would be the same guy that you just attacked. Actually, is the guy that just tried to grapple the pig and is now rolled over towards you. So you don't even have to move that far. And he looks like he could be within killing distance. He's on the ground, prone. You got advantage on the attack roll.
I know, but I could hit the pig, so.
Not with the sword.
okay.
You won't accidentally hit the pig.
Alright, I'm going to roll.
He's
12.
not. He missed. You get advantage. Roll it again. See if you get a 20. You did not. Okay.
Okay.
So 12 plus 7.
You hit.
19.
Absolutely. So you take your rapier and jab it down into the cultist that's laying on the ground.
All right. So a D8. So that's 6 plus 2 plus 3d6. So that's
I'm gonna let you finish, but you
5.
don't need to.
13,
2.
15, 16.
Okay. So with that kind of damage, you take your rapier and you're like, I'm angry. These guys kidnapped me. They're trying to kill me. And you just jam it right down through his forehead.
Like a marshmallow.
Pull it
on a
out.
stick.
Yeah, and pull it out. And then his eyes lock open and he bleeds and he is dead. You've killed a cultist, Orin.
And then I'm going. Actually, I'm not even going to jump back. I'm just going to stand there.
You already jumped back
Yeah.
to where you are.
You're
You
right
didn't have to
behind.
move.
You're right behind the piggy.
Yay.
Ooh, a jumpy man.
It is
can I
now
say?
Baylin's turn. There's a
Nice.
cultist right in front of you trying to attack you.
Okay. I'm going to blunderbuss him
Nice.
twice.
Oh boy. See,
Nat 20.
Nice. I disagree with the disadvantage for ranged weapons when enemies were within 5 feet.
Yeah.
Like this is a shotgun.
Yeah.
It's close range.
Well, I mean, I could definitely understand when you're thinking of a bow.
Yeah.
Crossbow, no, because that's just point and shoot. But like, whenever you have to like draw within, like we're within 5 feet, so
That
that's
makes sense.
yeah.
But a blunderbuss, I'm not. Yeah, that's a nat 20 for sure.
Crossbow, still fine. Yeah. A sling definitely can't do that within
Yep.
5 feet. So
a trebuchet.
yeah. So nat 20. So do we do double damage or do we do double dice?
That's a lot of big trucks today.
That's up to you.
All right, I'll do double dice.
Because it's it gives you the option. Because if you roll a 1 for your damage, you don't want to double that.
So that's 8 plus 4 is 12.
12.
And
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you blunderbuss this guy, and like a hole rips in his abdomen, and he barely he doesn't even keep his feet. You just rip a hole in him, and he falls backwards, and you can still hear him drawing breath as he raises his dagger towards you, and you hear blood.
Yeah, for the blood, guys. I want to fire my second attack.
Okay,
That's a 17.
that'll hit.
Woo.
He only has 1 point of health. You just blow him away on the ground. Just one shot, and then as he hits the ground, you.
All right. In that case, I'm going like a James Bond kind of thing. I want to stand right over him with the thing pointed down.
Execution
Yeah.
style.
For the blood
Nice.
goddess.
All right. The blood goddess has received
I've
another.
heard that one before.
It's like a Zombieland thing. Double tap.
Yeah. There are two
Gotta have the double
two
tap.
cultists remain. One in combat with Harold and one in combat with the pig.
Hey.
No, I thought I already killed the
Pig's
person.
hanging
No,
in
that
there.
was the one who tried to grapple the pig, but there's one right in front of the pig.
It's Cranston's turn.
It is Cranston's turn.
Cranston, you better get this one.
No.
Nope, that's a 10.
That's not gonna hit.
No, wait, his is +4.
That will hit.
I think. Give me
Give me
a
a
moment.
second.
Melee weapon attack +4. Yeah, 12.
That'll hit.
Sweet.
So the pig oinks him right in the thigh again.
That is 4 damage.
Okay.
Mwahaha.
No,
Feel the wrath of Cranston.
this one actually has not been touched yet, so he's feeling pretty good. It seems like as every one of them dies, they get more vigorous.
That was always creepy. The zombies in Call of Duty World at War, that it couldn't like speak, so they'd bark.
Yeah,
That was terrifying.
pretty terrifying. That means it is now Harold's turn.
Hey,
There's a cultist directly right before you.
guess what I'm gonna do?
You gonna hit him?
I'm gonna smack at him
Okay.
with a 19.
Yep.
I will do.
I'm a smackle.
He takes a mighty 11 damage.
Okay.
Still hanging in there.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna hit with a 16 on the
Yep.
next one,
That'll do it.
and 5 damage.
Okay.
Demon.
Your 2 hits are not quite enough to knock him off his feet or to kill him, but there's, you can see the bruising beginning. You're knocking off crusted blood as you do this. And he's taking those hits like a champ.
Okay.
Dang.
I am going to use second wind. I've got some extra D10s. I can use those as bonus actions. So I'm gonna roll up a D10 to get some extra health.
Okay.
I get 4
Nice.
whole new healths.
Cool.
So, feeling good.
All right. It is
Feeling
now
fresh.
it is now that cultist's turn, who is going to try to just jam his dagger right in your belly.
Do it.
I dare you.
Nat 20. He did it.
Don't do it. Undo it.
And he's going to do... Ooh, man. That's actually not bad. 9 damage with his dagger.
Well, I'm
Dang.
glad I got a little bit of that healthy
Yeah.
juice left.
He takes that dagger and puts one hand behind the hilt and just jams it right into your belly.
Wow. Okay. I
Um,
don't know how I feel about that.
probably feel
I will
pretty
finish
bad.
your work.
And then now the other one is going to, after being attacked by the piggy, he is going to do his best to drop his dagger right down on that piggy. Actually, he's not going to do that. He understands this pig's metal, I think. Maybe he has the wherewithal. He's going to hop over that pig, so the pig will get an opportunity attack if it wants one. And he's going to go straight for Orin, who he maybe believes has caused all this problem.
That's a 22.
War pig.
22, nice. You hit him?
Yeah,
Okay.
8 damage.
Dang, nice.
Demon.
For 8 damage. So as he goes by, the pig takes another hunk out of the back of his thigh, and the cultist tries to stab Orin with a 13 to hit.
That will not hit.
That will not hit.
Okay, you're able to.
Alright, whenever he asks you that number, compare it to that. If it's less than that, then it does not
like
hit.
Sesame Street style.
Drops it on his head.
Right.
So he tries to shove his dagger in again, and you're able to hop to the side and keep from getting stabbed. It is now Orin's turn.
I will finish your work, Josh. I'm
Okay.
going to attack the same
Well, there's
person
one
that.
like right in front of you, and there's one over there.
Yeah, there's
Oh.
one that's trying to stab you, and he's different than the one Josh attacked.
Oh, well then I'm going to stab him then.
Okay,
With
stab
my
him.
rapier.
There's other people
14.
need stabbing.
14.
Roll it back in. It jumped back into the thing.
10.
Plus
7.
That'll
Plus
hit.
17.
There you go.
Okay. So
And then-
rapier is D8. There you go. Roll. So
8.
that's 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 3d6 for sneak attack.
1. 5. 5.
So 21.
That is enough. As he lunges forward to stab you, his head drops low enough to where you step back into the side and draw your rapier backwards, and as his weight brings him forward and stumbles forward, you slide your rapier right into his eye. Dead. And all of his weight falls down onto your rapier and onto your hand as you yank your sword out, and his blood drips from it.
I don't
Is
have
this
a sword.
rated M for mature? Should we not be playing this with? I'm just kidding.
He's the one that killed the guy.
You did.
It was your
okay.
fault.
So it's
It was my fault.
another kill for Orin, the rogue. Two kills. Finish them off. Baylin, it's your turn.
Did you go?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
I even took a little stabbing.
The same one that almost stabbed Cranston. Is that the one that?
He did.
Yeah. Okay.
I took revenge.
So then I will
There's just my one friend left.
fire upon that one then.
My stabby friend.
That is a miss for the first one because I only have +2 to my ranged. And that is a miss for the second one.
Dang, 2 misses with the blunderbuss.
Yeah. And then bonus action, I will move to the piggy combat.
Mm-hmm.
He will also miss.
Okay.
Wow.
Gotcha.
8 will
Dang,
not cut
Baylin,
it.
Baylin blowing it on this last move.
Hell, do it.
Now, Harold, it's your turn. Right in front of you
All right.
stands a man that you just hit several times. You're gonna hit. That'll hit.
21.
Yes.
Damage is 8.
That will do it. Actually,
That's gonna do it.
you swing. We'll say you drop that hammer down and you swing.
Oh,
it.
I want to come up for like
Okay.
the chin strike.
Gotcha. You drop that
Yeah.
hammer down, and then you bring the head of that hammer up underneath his chin, and his head just snaps 90 degrees. His permanently looking skyward, as you hear him say for the last time, "Oh, the blood got it," as he falls backwards. Blood covers the sand.
Nice.
And
Then
that's
he falls backwards onto his face.
That's right. Yeah, onto his face. Okay, you're now out of combat, and we're going to be wrapping up this episode. But is there any conversation or anything you guys want to have quickly?
Young man, what's your name?
My name's Orin. What's your name?
I'm Baylin. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
This here is Cranston. He was recently named.
Awesome.
Recently knighted.
I came up with it on my way over here.
Awesome.
All right, that'll be the end of this first episode of our one shot. Thanks so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like I said, let us know on Twitter at Tank Media Games, or write a review if you're listening on iTunes, or promote our podcast however you see fit. And if you want to have any discussions or join in our channel discussions or whatever, you can find a link to our Discord server where there is a Dungeon Boys channel on a pinned tweet on the Twitter at Tank Media Games. So, thank you so much for listening. Big thanks to old John Boy showing up to fill out the ranks, and we will see him next time. Please remember that we love you very much.
Bye.
Later.